Welcome back from your break. I do hope that everyone enjoyed that short break. I hope that you are still excited and motivated about all of those steps we learned from our very first speaker. I don't know about you, but I am just so excited and so happy to learn new information. And we still have more for you. Right now, I am so very excited that we are going to be featured with a very special solo for this occasion. So let's snap those fingers as we bring to the stage none other than Miss Tiki Pickett. She's going to bless us with a song. You look absolutely wonderful, Tiki. So bless us
Thank you.
with your solo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this song, I want to say hello to everybody. Um, thank you so much, Miss Deborah, for even inviting me and being a part of this. I really appreciate you for that. So the song I'm going to do is "Made Away." Mm. Oh, he made a way. Yes, he did. Oh, standing here, not knowing how we'll get through this test, but holding on to faith you know best. Nothing can catch you by surprise. You've got this figured out, and you're watching us now. Oh, but when it looks as if we can't win, you wrap us in your arm and step in. Oh, and everything we need you supply. You got this in control, and now we know that you made a way. When our backs were against the wall and it looked as if it was over, you you made a way. And we're standing here only because you made a way. Oh, you made a way. Yes, you did. Now we're here. We're looking back on where we come from because of you and nothing we've done to deserve the love and mercy you've shown. But your grace was strong enough to pick us up, and you made a way. When our backs were against the wall and it looked as if it was over, you made a way. And we're standing here only because you made, oh, you made a way. When our backs were against the wall and it looked as if it was over, you made a way. Yeah, thank you, Lord. And I'm standing here only because you made a way. Yeah. Oh, you move mountains. You cause walls to fall with your power. You perform miracles. There is nothing that's impossible. And we're standing here only because you move mountains. You cause walls to fall with your power. You perform miracles. There is nothing that's impossible. And we're standing here only because you made you move mountains, yeah. You cause walls to fall with your power. You pour for miracles. There is nothing that's impossible. And we're standing here only because you made a way. And we're standing here only because you made. Lord, I thank you for making a way for me. Oh, you made a way. Oh, you made a way. You made a way. Hey, you made a way. When I didn't know which way to go, you made a way. When the doors closed in my face, you made a way. Oh, you made a way. When I didn't know what else to do, you made a way. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. God, I'm so grateful, yeah. You didn't have to do it, but you did. You yeah. Oh, you made a way. And I'm standing here only because you made. And I'm standing here only because you made a way. Thank you, Lord.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Tinky, thank you so much for blessing us with,
Thank you so much.
yes,
To
indeed,
God be the glory.
know that He will make a way. What an
Yes, He will.
appropriate song for this occasion. We need
Yes,
to
ma'am.
always be reminded that He will make, and He can, and He does each and every day.
Yes, He does.
He make ways out of no way. So thank you, girl. You got me happy.
To God be the glory. God
All right,
bless
you
you.
got me happy in here. This supposed to be a conference. And you bring your house. So thank you for blessing our souls and blessing our spirit.
Yes, ma'am.
About anybody else, but that sure made me feel better. You do
Thank you,
got
Lord.
tears coming out my eyes, girl. So that is,
Wow. It's a
thank,
blessing to be a blessing.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, Tiki.
You're
All
welcome.
right, on, because that was church for me today. All right. I am so very excited about our next speaker. What a great day. I hope everyone is being as blessed as I am today. I'm so very excited about our very next speaker, Miss Bradye Robinson. Bradye is a published author, a motivational speaker, international speaker.
Anita. Hi, sorry. Before we go on, let's talk a little bit more about our previous speaker. For those who missed out on Miss Carol, what
Okay.
was scripture, a verse, not a scripture, that verse that you like so much?
Oh, I enjoyed so much about what Sister Carol shared with us. That quote that I like that she said was, "The place between your comfort zone and dreams is where life takes place." And she stated that we get in our position where we are comfortable, and then we have our dream over here. But in between that comfort and that dream, that's where our work and life takes place. She talked about stepping stones, and we just have to step out. Remember, we do everything. We know that we believe in Jesus Christ. We know we have to follow in his pathway. And then we can step out, walk into the plan, walk into our goal, walk into our dreams. And don't be afraid to get out of that comfort place. You have to take that step. Something else that she hit on that I thought was very, very powerful that I did not touch bases with her on the end. At the end, she stated that we will always face obstacles. And sometimes we don't think about those obstacles. But if you think about those obstacles in advance, and not that they're going to come, and not that you're being negative, but we do know that we will face some setbacks. And I know you've heard sermons before that setback is just a setup for your comeback. And we cannot allow any setbacks to stop us. But think about obstacles, and every obstacle is not an end. You should see that as a stepping stone to get you to your goal. So don't look at that as I can't do it, I can't go any further. No, you learn from it. You use it as a stepping stone, and you move to the next level, and you move to the next step. She stated that if it's a lesson learned, then it's not a part of failure, it's part of your success. So take all the life lessons and use it to your advantage.
Yes, that was just awesome. You know, I mean, you just think about all the things that we go through in life, and we always talking gloom and doom. But like you started out this morning saying, you know, you got up and you were able to move your hands and your knees and go and have a meal and all of this, and just think about how many people couldn't even wave their hands.
Amen.
Couldn't get out of bed. Got to have oxygen to help them breathe. If they go to the refrigerator, there's nothing there. You know, we're just so blessed. I mean, it's just amazing.
My son the other day when I was speaking with him on the phone, and I said, how you doing today? And he said, good. And I said, you're not doing great? He said, well, Mom, I'm doing good. He said, I'm not doing bad and I'm not doing great. I'm just doing good. And Miss Deborah, I had to get on my soapbox. I had to tell him that a lot of people today would love to be doing good. And your good is absolutely great in most people's eyes. You have a place to live. You have an income. You're healthy. Oh, you're doing better than good. You're doing great. You're doing great. And he said, oh, Mom, you know what I mean. And my reply was, oh, you know what I mean. And I kept on saying it. No, you better recognize being good and don't take things for granted. I think that we have become so comfortable thinking that so many things are supposed to be just given to us that we do take it for granted. There are some people who went to bed last night who could walk, and we don't control our bodies. They couldn't walk this morning. Mm-hmm. Some people, they're losing their eyesight. I can still see. I have glasses, but I can still see. I can still hear, you know, and as we age, I think we think about those things, but everything is a blessing. Being able to breathe in and breathe out is a blessing to me, because some people can't breathe freely. So, yeah, I count it all a blessing, and I definitely count it all a joy to be among the living and not among the dead. Carol was absolutely great. She pointed out so many great things and so many great points. So I really, truly enjoyed listening to our guest speaker.
Yes, it's awesome. I mean, her platform is about the power of words, and it's just like, you know, everything just rolls off her tongue. That it is just so powerful.
I don't think that we think about that when we want to make a change, that our change is personal, because sometimes we think that we have to operate with a group. And sometimes we think, and even though if we're operating within that group, it still can be personal for me. And she said, change is personal, and it is. And then she said, it's possible. Do we sometimes I actually just heard my sister-in-law say not too long ago. She said, I've been by myself so long, I just don't think I can live with anybody. I said, well, you could if you had to, because change is possible. And I said, suppose somebody had to live with you. So maybe you don't want anybody living with you, but suppose life happens and you need to bring somebody in to help you. Made her think about it. You can live with somebody if the need arises. So don't say you can't, because you just might have to.
Yes.
But that last P was profitable. Change is profitable. Yeah, sometimes change can make us better, and we don't look at it like that. It can make us better and not bitter.
Mm-hmm. It's truly, truly awesome.
The story that she shared about the NFL player who went back to the homeless shelter
Mm-hmm.
to celebrate with those individuals, I just thought that's a great story. That sounds like something that needs to be in a book.
Right. Yeah, I have to, I made a note of that. I have to look that up. I missed him. I really want to read his story.
And follow, he's going to be one to follow. I bet he's going to do great things for those who are less fortunate.
Yes.
He's going to be he's been blessed to bless others, and I'm sure he sounds like one who would do just that.
All right. Well,
we mentioned Oprah, and we mentioned Sanders, but another story that I like, and I don't know all of the story, but I remember they said Mr. Walt Disney, he was fired because they told him he lacked imagination.
oh yes.
Listen to those individuals. Can you imagine the tourism in Florida, what it would be like without Walt Disney?
Well, I mean, I really can't. And it's just like, the theme park in Orlando. Now, the first location that they wanted to put that in was actually Jacksonville, and our mayor at that time turned it down.
Are you serious?
Yes. Can you imagine the difference Jacksonville would be today?
See, we don't know, and we don't have that vision, but I'm so glad that he did not stop. Can you imagine someone telling him, you have no good ideas?
No creativity. None.
Oh my goodness. So I'm just glad that he did not stop, that he did not listen to those naysayers, and that he continued with his smart goals and his dreams. And that quote fits him. The place between your comfort zone and your dream is where life takes place. He's a true example. He had a comfort zone, he had a dream, and then he lived that life in between that made it a reality. Oh, I bet the mayor, whoever the mayor was back then, I bet he was shaking his head.
Okay, well, all right, we'll move it on along. Thank you. That was, good. I just wanted to recap that. We can continue.
Okay. Are we ready for speaker number 2?
Yes.
All right. So it was great recapping everything that Miss Carol Crockett left with us. But moving forward, I am so excited about our second speaker for this wonderful occasion, Miss Bradye L. Robertson. She is a published author, a motivational speaker, international speaker, and budget coach who pours into the lives of those desiring motivation and help with creating and sticking to a budget. We don't even teach budget in schools anymore. So this is going to be very great. Again, get your pens and your pads ready so you can take notes. Bradye has worked diligently to create tools for success to help others meet their financial goals while staying motivated to walk in their purpose. She has spoken to various audiences for over 10 years and have helped countless live on a budget. Bradye knows the importance of staying motivated while reaching financial freedom. We do know that Proverbs 22:7 states, the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave to the lender. And we don't want to be any slaves. So we definitely need to listen to this presenter. Bradye serves in her community by doing outreach with various organizations, helping those in need. Previously, serving as an active board member for a nonprofit organization, Bradye has built strong relationships with various businesses and other organizations that have helped impact the lives of others. She can be heard and seen on monthly radio shows, podcasts, and speaking at community events. Bradye believes that everyone has what it takes to move to the next level of their lives. That means you, and you. She believes in you, and you have within you what it takes to move to the next level. She believes that utilizing the right tools and having a committed coaching program will help you to walk in your purpose. Indeed, Bradye is a powerhouse who has created a business that empower others to live the life they have always dreamed about and that they want. When she's not working, she spends time with her two children. She serves as children ministry leader and helping others to enhance their business. Bradye is dedicated to using her life stories to push others into walking in their purpose. Let's listen to Coach Robertson as she instructs us on how to stay motivated while reaching our financial freedom. Welcome, Miss Bradye Robertson.
Hi, y'all. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me on. You just make me sound so good when you just read my introduction. Thank you, girl.
You are good. You are good.
Thank you. Thank you. How's everything going this morning?
All is well. We're
Good
just
deal.
having a great, fantastic day, and we know that you're going to add some whipped cream to what we already have. And we're
Yes,
excited to hear
I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this one. I have been, it's so good. I just finished another talk show and then I got on here, but I just believe that this is the season of getting your message out. And we all have work to do. So I'm very, very grateful for this platform. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you, Anita. So I'm excited about this because I truly believe that I have some information that will help other mothers with sons like myself. Hey guys, please share this video. I am right now tagging in people because guess what? Miss Deborah, you know how I do. I did some research and I got feedback from other mothers. So I'm very excited to share this. So I'm just tagging a few people in here that poured into this special moment today. But guys, today what I'm here to talk about, we know the seminar is Mothers with Sons. Okay. So Miss said, you can pick from a list of topics or you can choose one. And y'all know me, out the box. You know I'm a rebel. I had to choose my own. But I asked God, what can I talk about that will be beneficial to other people that are like me? Because when I saw the lineup of the speakers, we got some heavy hitters on here. We got my auntie on here, Sabrina Williams. We have Carol Crockett. We got some heavy hitters on here. But did they look like me? And when I say that, are you a single mother raising a son? Now, the platform, what I love about Miss Deborah's platform, it's not just for single mothers or married, but we find that usually the ones that give the greatest advice and tips are the ones that are with the two-parent home and, you know, they're married and everything is wonderful and perfect for them. But then you wake up and you open your eyes and you see that there is a whole community of people out there like me. And there's nothing wrong with me. It's just my lot in life, what happened, okay? So I have to embrace where I am and make the best of every situation. So this topic is near and dear to my heart. I really wanted to talk about this. So guys, guess what? My topic is being hard while remaining soft. Being hard while remaining soft. Now, I want you to think about that. Think about that. Now, we know that we're talking about mothers with sons, right? Okay. So being hard while remaining soft. And I chose this topic because I struggle with this topic. I struggle with this with still being prissy and feminine, but still having to get out there and show my son how to cut the yard. I struggle with stuff like that. So let's be real. Let's talk about it today. So I got some feedback, and some of my issues and concerns was, and this is what I found for me. I like to talk to people that have been there, done that, but successfully completed it and exited out. So I reached out to a lot of my friends. I have some friends that are killing the game and raising their sons in a very good way, and they're turning out to be wonderful young men. And of course, my goal as a mother is to give them all the tools they need to succeed in life. But as a mother raising a boy, I sometimes feel that I'm not being I'm kind of inadequate, or I only can teach you so far. So we've heard the sayings of you can't teach a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man, this and that. But I know some great men that were raised by their mother only, and they're killing it. For one, our Coach Ricardo Miller. He's one of the reasons why I was drawn to him for my son, because he's so successful, but his background is similar to what's going on with my son. So it can be done. We have LeBron James. I could go on and on. It's so many. I have one of the other ministers that used to be at our church, Adrian. I mean, he told his story. So I surround myself with people that have endured this storm, but they came out okay, or they came out better than gold. So that's where I am in this mission. So I'm going to pull up my notes here, and some of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about: being hard while remaining soft. What does that mean? What does that look like? What I found was, when I was running this question and talking to my friends, the ones that were, I call it doing it right, that were married and raising their children. That's a wonderful, beautiful thing. I found that they really couldn't relate to my question. They said they could, but I guess until you've had to wear two hats simultaneously, you won't understand this. So being hard while remaining soft. It's a struggle, because don't forget, I not only have a son, I have a daughter too, and they're only 1 year apart. So I have times where I have to really balance it and get out there and show my son how to check the oil in my pumps, heels, nails, and makeup done. That's hard for me. That's hard for me. But guess what? I have to show him how to do it, because if I don't, who will? Yes, of course. Get you an entourage, get you a village, have a male mentor group, and we have that. I have been so adamant about finding boys groups and male mentoring groups. I remember when my son was 4 years old. And I remember on Saturdays getting up. This was way, of course, before pandemic, and I was going to different places, trying to, okay, they had the Big Brothers of America. They had these different things, and everybody rejected me because he was too young. You had, in the state of Texas, I think you had to be 6 or 7. He was too young. Well, I found one group. I found the Sigma Beta. Shout out to my Blue Fire. They took him in wholeheartedly, and they helped me with that male mentoring piece, okay? But before that, charity starts at home, and my church family is my home. And my church family is really good about mentoring these children. We have so many brothers. Brother Taurus King, he talks to my son all the time. Pastor Ricardo does all the time. They know where I am in my life, and they step in and they're, hey, Chance, come hang out with me, or come here, let me talk to you. And I appreciate that. But I prayed for that, and I asked for that, and I asked God to strengthen my village, to enlarge my village, because I can't do this by myself. I don't want to do it by myself, okay? So today, guys, y'all just gonna have to hear me be as real as I can be, but this is as serious as I can be as well. So being hard while remaining soft. Let me tell you some of the feedback I got. I reached out to some of my friends. Like I said, most of my friends have girls, and so I was trying to find who has boys. But not only do you have boys, I'm talking about the boys that are being raised respectful. They're heading in the right direction, because I have friends that have boys, and their little boys are off the chain. I mean, you can look at them and you just hope and pray they're not future gang members. I mean, let's just be real here. So you can't ask everybody for advice, but you can learn something from everybody as to what to do or what not to do. So let me get my notes here, and I asked the question: what does being hard while remaining soft look to you? A lot of people didn't understand it. I'm not going to give names on some. Some I have got permission to give their name. Shout out to my little sister, Shantella Clay. She should be on here. She gave me some real feedback that I'll be sharing with you. Lamaya Tonique was on there. So I said, what does that look like for you? So one of my friends, she's recently divorced. And I found that when I asked her that question, she hadn't hit that yet. She hadn't come to that fork in the road yet. She had no clue. She flat out told me, I'm sorry, sis. I haven't had to experience that. I don't have an answer for you. I appreciate that. I had another friend that said, I'm sorry, sis. I've never had to do it. They daddy did it. I appreciate that. So you keep going and you keep asking until you find what you need. And that's exactly what I did. So some of the things, what does that mean? What do you mean, Bradye, be hard while remaining soft? Let me tell you how to sit. Kids do what they see. Okay. Children do what they see. We can tell them all we want, but they do what they see. Look at your son. How does he walk? How does he talk? How is his mannerisms? But the minute he moves his neck too much or he's sitting a certain way, we're ready to jump down their throat. But we have to stop and remember they're mimicking what they see. Okay. That's hard for me because I didn't look at it as they were mimicking what they see. Don't do that. Don't walk like that. Don't hold your hand like that. Bless his heart. He was 4 or 5. He didn't know. But if you're around me most of the time, you're going to pick up my mannerisms. So that's why the being hard while remaining soft was so important to me. Because I quickly had to remember you change. It's like a chameleon. You change hats. So when me and my son are together, I find myself being a little more tomboyish or a little rough. But then I got to turn around and sit down and play dolls with my daughter and do makeup parties. It's hard. You stretch thin, but God gives you the grace to do it. Some of the things that I have encountered where I have to purposely identify my femininity is the mannerisms. I know that I talk with my hands. I'm expressive. I can be flamboyant. Well, I don't want my son to pick that up. So knowing that, I find myself having to tone it down a lot. But is that fair? Is that fair to my daughter? Is that fair to me? Is it fair to me to reduce my femininity so that he don't pick up those ways, but then turn it back on to give it to my daughter? Guys, this seems like a simple topic, but it's not. Thank you, Lamaya Tonique, for joining. Actually, Lamaya is one of the ones that gave me some feedback. And it was really, really instrumental. And I'm going to go into my feedback in just a moment. So a few more things. The leadership. Now, we all know that in our society, we're seeing the males dominate. They usually make more. They get the higher positions faster. But I'm seeing that turn around. I use that in my home as encouragement and motivation for my son. I tell him, look at Pastor Ricardo. Look at Pastor Adrian. I tell him, look at Steve Harvey, look at different ones as far as leadership. I can show him different people outside of the home, but nothing is like that one-on-one teaching inside. And in our home, it's my son, my daughter, and myself. I find myself not getting as dressed up and girly at times when I hang out with my son alone, which is why I pose this question. How important is it to remain feminine while raising your boy? Now, I do believe you don't change who you are. What I've learned, I've done a lot of research on this. What I've learned is the number one thing that men miss, lack, and need from women is our femininity. So once I came into that revelation, I stopped trying to downplay it and hide it for the sake of my son. Because what I found was I was implementing tomboyish ways onto my daughter. That's a whole other topic. Okay. So being a mother, you are constantly doing this balancing act and you're always wondering, am I doing it right? Should I have said this? What could I do differently? Things like that. It is a struggle. So let's go into some of the things I found, the leadership part of it. I pushed my child, my son, one day you'll be head of your household. I can tell him this all day long. But he hasn't seen a male be head of household here. He's seen mama be head of household. So there I go again, being hard, working 2 jobs, working overtime, doing everything. And it creates a bit of confusion with the children. Okay. Another objective that I started thinking about differently. I have to prepare my children for the world and prepare my son for his wife. How to lead, how to be head of household, how to gain his strength and to let his voice be heard and to be an authoritative person with a respectful way and just do different things to run your household. It's clearly separate. You have to clearly separate the two as far as being hard and being soft. I was trying to commingle it. I was trying to blend it together. But no, that you can't do that. What I found, so I reached out to some friends, and one of my friends, let's see here, her name is Shantella. I don't know if she's jumping in, but she sent back, I asked her the question, how do you remain soft while being hard? Because she's a mother of a son. She has 1 child, raising her son alone. Her feedback was, I'd rather be hard. I'd rather be the hard that he experiences versus what the streets will give him or what the streets have to offer. So when I talked to her about it, she says that she tried to give him the best example of how the streets may be in her home. She's raising a boy. His father's side, when he goes, because your child have to interact with their father, with their parent, it's not the best environment. What do you do about that? What we have found is our children, when they do go to the quote unquote hood or things like that, the other kids look at them as soft or look at them as weak or scary, but we're intentional parents and we're trying to guide and direct you in the right way. It's a struggle, like ladies and gentlemen, it's a struggle. Being hard, but remaining soft. Now, I can be real girly and prissy, and I like that. But I do notice it's not as natural when I'm doing things with my son only or with my daughter. So now I have to be intentional to do that. Whether it's just me and my son hanging out, I still get up, put my clothes on, put my makeup on, things like that. Because guess what? I want his wife to do that as well. I want his wife to keep herself up. I want her to take pride in herself. I want him to attract someone that takes care of themselves before they start trying to take care of everyone else. So that was big for me. So some of the feedback I received, one young lady said, I think back on the relationships that I've had with men, and I paid attention to the things that they lack. Things like not knowing how to cook, wash clothes, change a tire. Yep, some men don't even know how to change a tire because we're in that generation, the era now, anything we need, we make a phone call and somebody come and do it. Well, I have a story about that. When I taught my son to pump the gas, I teach my son, catch that door. If I'm walking, you better run up there and catch that door before me. That was ways for me to get my femininity back, because teaching him to cater to me and his sister, teaching him to open doors for us. We're carrying groceries and, hey, mom, I got that. No, JD, I got that. That was how I had to peel back that layer of hardness and let my femininity reign forth, because I found myself, no, that's okay. I was doing everything. I was doing too much. And I was steady doing it all, but that's not, we tend to do everything for them, and that's ruining them, and that's not showing them. When we're out in public and we're walking in all the time, look, you see how he opened the door for her? Look, you see how he opened the door and he stood back, and then when the next guy comes, he takes the door. I have to teach that verbally because he's not seeing it here physically. Okay. My topic today is very powerful, being hard while remaining soft, because I know so many ladies struggle with that. If you can agree with me, please drop something in the chat. Let's talk about it. Say something. Enlarge the village. Another one of the pieces of feedback I had was holding a decent conversation with teaching the boys to not get in their feelings. I know we're seeing that so much now here lately. where so many men get in their feelings. I was just raised that, the women got in their feelings, the men didn't. We know that men have feelings. I'm not discrediting that, but everything should not make you so emotional. But they're picking up what they see. So how did I overcome being hard while remaining soft? I was intentional about my village. I was intentional about the people he was around. And I cleared, once he got old, he's 9 now. I pointed out, okay, you see, do it like this. I do it like this because I'm a girl. You do it like this. And he's like, oh, okay. Perfect example. Wednesday, we went to the barbershop. This Wednesday, we're sitting in the barbershop and we're sitting there and we're looking on the iPad together. And he was sitting where his hand was on his knee, but it was like bent like that. And I said, don't sit like that. He said, oh yeah, because we talked about this before. He said, oh yeah. So he sat up, he adjusted, and he leaned. I said, no, not like that. He said, okay. He sat up, he adjusted. Then he said, well, how then, mama? He looked up at me with those big eyes and he said, well, how? How am I supposed to sit? Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to fall out crying in that barbershop right at that moment because it clenched my heart, but it also let me know that poor baby, he don't know. He really wants to know. That's why I believe that they're taught certain behaviors and mannerisms. They're picking that up. And I told him, I said, by this point, I didn't know what to tell him. I said, you know what, Chance? Do whatever feels natural, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Look, when I look around the barbershop, they sitting there with their pants up under their butt, sagging. I can't tell him to do what he's doing because he's cussing, he's doing this, because you know how the barbershop environment can be. I just felt at that very moment, I felt lost. I felt alone. I felt parenting 101 was heavier than before because I did not have an answer. I did not stop and think God got it. I'm being honest with you and I'm being real. I know he does, but that wasn't the first thought that came to my mind. The first thought that came to my mind, I got to tell this boy how to stand and sit. So when he go to school, they don't poke fun at him and start giving him a name of something that he's not. That's how it go on for me in my life. I'm real with y'all today. That's what I thought about. I thought about the kids ridiculing and calling him a mama's boy or this, that, and the third, because I've seen it happen. So that's why I am. So this subject is near and dear to me. I have some more pieces of feedback. She said that teaching them how to compliment a woman. When you're raising a son and they see you doing your makeup on a daily basis, or you come out the room with your makeup on, they tend to take it for granted because that's what it is. My friend said that she reiterates to her son to make a compliment to a sister. Don't get comfortable and casual with, oh, she always looks good or that, because that's how men start to take you for granted. But she remains in her femininity by getting dressed up, and her son will say, mama, you look so beautiful, you look so pretty. And she's taught him that women like that. That's what boys do. That's what men do. Men don't put all this effort and thought in getting dressed like women do. Boys get dressed in a flash. Girls, we take a little bit more time. We have more things to do. So that was really instrumental. Let's see. We have some more feedback here. And let's see what I found. So I had one of my friends, she said as a single mother, it was hard, but it was a must. It was hard to be hard, and it was hard to be soft, but it's a must. She said at that time she was raising a girl and a boy. Her daughter was older, so her daughter used to spoil her son, and she did the same thing. She said that she would think her son started to treat her and like she was soft. Now, when we say soft on this aspect, like a pushover, I can get over on her. She said she would find herself grabbing her son and cuddling with him and having him in a lap, which I still do. And she said her son started to act out at school. He would disobey, and she would start disciplining him. As he get older, she said to start, giving him spankings. But what she found to help was she realized that it takes a man to raise a son. And that's when she really accepted the fact that I can only teach him as best I can. I can't tell him how to be a man. I can guide and direct you and tell you what women like from a man. But that's when she started putting her son in mentor programs. I highly recommend good mentor programs. I have another friend. I have some more feedback. She said that she treats her sons with respect. That I would, and this is where I got that idea from. That you would want their wife to treat them with. She's gotten a lot of advice from Christian moms on raising boys, and she said that she learned that once your sons start to go through puberty, at that time they need male instruction. So I was so happy to get that feedback. Excuse me, because I know that they're coming there. I know that he is coming of that age. And she's a teacher. And she told me, she said, once they become a puberty age, it's only so much you can do. I was glad to hear that, because I feel like I will be fighting against it, trying to force it and make it when it's not even natural for them. So she said, once you go through puberty, hey, at that time, they need male instruction. They should be required to do more manly things. I love that. They should be required to do more manly things. I have friends that don't make their sons cut the yard. They don't make their sons pump the gas. I feel like I'm giving you a life skill by having you do that. So I agree with that. You are required to do some manly things. I have a girl and a boy here. It was like one of those big water bugs. I'm not killing that. She's not killing that. And because he see us scared, he's scared. Wait a minute. We had to turn this thing. I said, wait, Chance. So who is going to sit in here and kill us? You have to get it. But I found in that moment, it was all in how I encouraged him. I said, Chance, you have to get it, because me and Jay, we too scared and you stronger than us. Please, you have to do it. It's like he stepped up. It's like his shoulders squared up, and it was the confidence he needed. It was a monumental moment, because I found a way to get him, to encourage him. And he went over there and got it. Now, normally he's scared like we are, because that's all we've done. And I have made that common practice here. So just trying to make them do more manly things, I think that's very, very important. Take out the trash, mow the yard, go tinker around the car. Like I said, I had to show my son how to change the oil, how to check the oil, how to get the gas. For me, I worry about this is my worry as a parent. And I know we're not supposed to worry. I understand that. But I'm one of the few people that's going to be honest with you and tell you I still do. I try not to, but I still do, because I am super concerned about my children. I want them to be self-sufficient, upright individuals. I want them to be able to reside in their community. I want them to be able to take care of their homes. I have to know that you can stand on your own 2 feet when I am not with you. I have to know that. I'm giving you life skills. So to this question, being hard while being soft, and to shout out to these mothers that's doing this on a daily basis, because it's not easy. You're stretched thin. I mean, I'm putting on Timberland boots, and then at the end of the night, I got my stiletto heels on, because me and the girl finna go. We're actually gonna go have a girls' day today, but the boy is going to a wrestling camp. This is how it's working for me, which is why I had to get him off and finish another program to get on this program. But God gives us the grace to get it all done. His grace is sufficient, guys. So struggling with that balance, that's a part of life. It also goes back to the choices we make creates the consequences that we have to live with. So young ladies and young men, be selective with who you share yourself with, who you allow to entertain in your space and in your life. You are creating things to come that you will forever have to deal with. How I remain soft while being hard, I point out and tell him, this is how I do it, but I know you do it better than me. You're stronger than me. I encourage him. I show him in scripture where he is to lead his family and be head of household, where he is supposed to leave his mama and cleave to his wife, right? Okay, so I believe that these things are not being taught. You know, I get a lot of feedback from my sister Jocelyn Charles. Thank you for jumping on her. She gives me a lot. She has a great son, Damon. I'm always Skyping my coworker, Lamaya Tonique. She's on. She's killing the game. She has a son and 2 daughters. And I see her struggle with it too. I see her in her heels, and then I see her in her basketball sneakers because her son, he hoops. We do what we have to do for our children. But the question to you, ladies and gentlemen, how are you keeping your femininity? We need help. That's what I'm here for. How do I do that? I do it by strongly pointing out and pointing him in the direction of strong male leadership. I do that all the time. I point out when we're sitting somewhere, I be like, look, you see him? You see how he opened the door for her? Okay. We were walking to the parking lot. He's never seen a man open the car for me. Why would he do that? Think about it. We cannot be mad at these men and how they're treating women if they've never seen it. It's our job as parents to expose them in the right environments and to give them the tools they need to be successful. So we're sitting out, I was like, you see how he opened the door for his wife and then the back door for his daughter? He's never seen that. And my son was like, yeah. And it was mind blowing for him. He don't remember all the time, but guess what? You'll remember when you get your wife, when you get your woman. That's my way of remaining soft. When we're walking into the church building, and I do it all the time, I will get ready to walk into the church building. We're walking in, and I'll get to the door, and I'll just stand there. My daughter is standing there. He's standing there too, and then he's like, oh yeah, okay, let me go get the door. And he does it. That's how I remain soft while being hard for my boy. That's just a small example. I put when it's I was putting some relish on some hot dogs. I opened the jar of relish up. I immediately closed it back. Chance, can you come open this for me? It's too hard. I can't do it. Oh, mama, that's nothing. And he did it. But it's being intentional, because had I just went ahead with make as simple as making a hot dog, I missed an opportunity to make him feel wanted and needed. When I talked to Sister Nikki Bryant, she was telling me how she has 16, 17, and a 12-year-old boys. She told me that it reiterates all the time. Is this how you're going to treat your wife? Is this how you're going to treat your teachers? And she points out the difference in what God expects them to do in their role as a man. So I really like that. So some more of my feedback, let's see, I got from here. Have a strong and trustworthy male presence. Know your son. I like this. Know your son and be aware of who they are, that you can ensure healthy male relationships. So know your son and be aware of who they're hanging around to ensure they are being around healthy male relationships. Remember though, through it all, when all the balls in the air start tumbling down, I put on this hat, it don't fit right now. I got to put on another hat, it don't fit right now. God supply all of our needs. All, not some, but all. That's proof. I can prove that. God supply all of your needs. And I always add in 95% of my wants, because I have mostly everything I want. Thank you, Lord. That's God. So I rest in comfort in how I am able to sleep peacefully at night after a hard day of sitting in the barbershop or watching my child want to play basketball but don't really know how because nobody showed him. I said, Lord, if I needed it, I'd have it, because you supply all my needs. And it's amazing how within the next few days, people are reaching out to him. True story. This barbershop incident happened Wednesday. I called one of my friends and I was like, I just wanted to cry, because he was like, well, how, mama? I mean, he was so sincere, like, well, how am I supposed to sit? And when I looked at how he was sitting just like me. That doesn't mean he's a certain way or anything. He's just doing what he sees. He loves the authoritative person in his life. I was struggling with that. because I'm like, he's getting older, because we're getting to the age now where I'm ready to drop. I hate the barbershop. I'm ready to drop you off at the barbershop. But will you be able to make it? Will you be able to fend for yourself? Can you speak up for yourself? So that was Wednesday. Yesterday, Friday, yesterday on Friday, I had a speaking engagement for a radio show. And one of my friends called me, and they're doing the CWF, the Christian Wrestling Federation camp today. And she was like, Terry really wants to take Chance, because Chance is an avid WWE person. And he fell in love with WWE from CWF. I'm saying all that to say God will put people in your life without you even realize what's going on. Because they called me yesterday, super excited, begging Chance to please let him come to spend the weekend with us. Terry wants to show him how to fix on his motorcycle. He wants him to ride with him in his sling. He got one of those slingshot, those 2-seater cars or whatever. Also, he can come help Terry set up the wrestling ring for CWF. Y'all, when I got that call, tears just started running down my face, because I needed that at that moment. I needed that at that moment because, mind you, just Wednesday, I'm sitting in the barbershop and I'm trying not to cry because I don't know what to tell this boy. And he's looking up with me with big eyes. Well, how do I do it, mama? And I told him, just do whatever feels natural, because I didn't know what to tell him. The point I'm making is, just when you feel like you don't know what to say or know what to do, God intervenes every time. This couple called me. I love this couple. They fellowship with our church. I know this couple. I work with his wife. I trust this couple. Then they went on to say, yeah, it's the CWF this weekend. I need him here with me. But how about, can we make this a monthly thing? Maybe he can come once a month, because they're empty nesters now. You see what I'm saying? They're empty nesters. Their children are grown and gone. Their grandbabies are not close in proximity. That's a God thing. Her husband works for the Texas Department of Highway and Transportation. He's a manly man. I pray for that. Let my son be around manly Christian men that can show him. So I get on the phone with the husband, and he does a lot of work for the church. He's very, very involved, strong volunteer in his church. So I'm okay with that. And he just gets on the phone to tell me, Bradye, I raised my son by myself. His mother was on drugs. He said, I did it by myself. And if I didn't have my mom there in the house to raise my son would have been a male chauvinistic pig. That was big for me. Thank you for being honest. The point I'm making is, even as mothers with sons, we need help. Fathers with sons need help as well. Terry was a single parent. He raised his son until he met my coworker. His mother was in the house. He said that had his mother, he would have been just horrible. Just his words, a male chauvinistic pig with no regards or respect to women. So the point I'm getting at as I close my session, being hard while remaining soft. Ladies, keep your femininity. Keep the femininity. Pray and ask God to enlarge your village. Ask him to change up your village. I had to do that. Everybody that started out with you is not meant to stay, right? Okay. Everybody that's on your path today may not be there tomorrow. So I constantly have to do a housekeeping cleansing check for my village. I have to constantly stop and think, okay, this person was really going hard and strong and they kind of fell off. Time to kind of rearrange and switch some things up. But when it comes to your children, there are no holds barred. Guys, I'm going to go in now, because when it comes to your kids, whether it's a male or a female, you do everything you can to provide everything you need. It is on you to provide the best that they can possibly receive. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about living in a mansion. I'm talking about life skills, teaching them how to be upright, upstanding Christian individuals, tax-paying citizens, how to make it in this world, how to treat a woman, how to treat a man, how to know the boundaries and the do's and don'ts, how to remain hard while you're being soft, letting them know that it's okay to have emotions sometimes, because I found myself being this super hard person for the sake of trying to be that presence in my son's life. But on the back end, my daughter watching me, and now how's that making her feel? So guess what? You be yourself, and you ask God to lead and guide you in the direction you want to have. He did that for me. He led me to Nikki Bryant, Shantella Clay, Lamaya Tony. He led me to Tamika Clifton. He led me to Jocelyn Charles. He led me to my church. Okay. So, because I struggle with that, because you know, y'all didn't know me. I like to have fun. I like to party. Hey, I can be a boy. I'm the one that used to climb trees, but then come down and play dolls. That's me. So I'm really good with splitting between the two, but I had to pick a side for the sake of my son because I saw that it was setting a lot of confusion. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't get anything else from my talk today, please know that it is okay to be yourself. You have to seek wise counsel. The Bible says seek wise counsel. Find a mentor group for these boys. Our boys are decreasing in number drastically. We can turn around. We're the salt of the earth. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to leave it to the streets to raise my son. I'm doing everything I can. I'm depositing so much in him. So when he go to the streets, even when he bamboozled and don't know what to do, those deposits will start coming forth. I'm telling you as a living witness. If everything my mom said to me came up out of me when I was in dire situations. Hey guys, it's your girl Bradye Robinson of Robinson Empowerment Group. I hope that you enjoyed this message. If you have not already, please go and get my latest book, my first book, Your Power Within. You have what it takes. It is monumental. It will help you because you already have what you need to succeed in this life. You just got to tap into it and bring it forth. Hey, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I think I went over my time. So I'm going to let you guys end it here. Did anybody have any questions for me?
And thank you for being so real with all of us.
Was it too real? I hope it wasn't too real. I had to give it to you. I'm sorry.
That's what we need. That's
exactly. I mean, because here's the thing. When I look at the panel and I look at people, I love talking to married couples because I desire to be married. But I need somebody that can relate to me right now, today. Because this boy is standing here. I mean, literally, Anita, we're in the barbershop, literally in the barbershop. And he was just getting kind of feminine to me. And he was like this. And he changed up a little bit like this. I said, no. He looked at me and girl, tears almost ran down my eye. He said, well, how then? And that, oh God, it hurt me. It hurt me. And I said, I don't know. Just do whatever you want to because I didn't know. Because I'm looking around and one guy standing up here with sagging his pants to his knees. I don't want that. The other one over there, I mean, I couldn't even point him in a direction at that moment. I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. So guess what? I left. I never answered him. That's why I chose this topic today.
Well, I think you did answer him when you said just be yourself.
Thank you. Okay.
That was the answer and the right answer at that time. But you being so real and so transparent is exactly what we need. I will be looking for your book, The Power Within. Again, congratulations on that. And I love it when you said, been there, done that, and have exited out.
Come on, because I'm not staying. I
absolutely love that. I'm going to have to write that on a sticky note, a Post-it note, and post it in places in my house. But you are absolutely wonderful. Because of you sharing with us today, all of us will be better mothers. We can be better aunts, better supporters. We can be a better part of that village as we become a better member in our family and in our community. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm. Thank you so much for keeping it real. And you keep doing you, Bradye. You keep doing you.
And raising these children. And I mean, literally, I asked Jocelyn, what am I supposed to do with this man child? How do this? I literally asked her, okay, so what do I say? I asked her, what do I say? What do I do? Okay, so he said, I don't know. It's okay if you don't know, guys. It's okay. Get help. The Bible says seek wise counsel. No man is an island. He put other people here for you. I will ask my friend Lamaya. I will text her, okay, how do I make it happen? The girl got to take me. The boy got this. What do I do? And she helps me sort it out. These are like-minded individuals that are going to, I'll reach out to Pastor Ricardo, Coach Ricardo. Hey, when do I need to have that talk with him? Or do I need to have it? Or will you have it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So imagine me trying to be hard, be a boy with him, and then play dog. And I said, this is too much. I'm just gonna be myself. I'm just gonna be myself. And once I embraced being myself, the right people came into my son's life.
It will happen every time. So thank you again for telling us how we can be hard while remaining soft. Thank you so much. I know our audience enjoyed that. I know they gained from that. Our current time, I do believe, it's like 12:06.
That's the difference. That's what it was. It's 11 here. So when I said 11 o'clock, I was thinking to get on now.
You know what? And I probably shouldn't even say at the time because we're talking to different people in different time zones. Wherever you are, we're going to log off and log back on and try to be back on. Let's maybe in 3 minutes. I think that's probably enough time to log on, log off, and get something.
Get a drink of water.
Get a drink of water and come right back on. It was a pleasure meeting you, Bradye. Keep doing you. Thank you. Keep being totally awesome.
Thank you. You guys have a blessed day. I'll be listening in from the audience.
Thank you so much. We'll see everybody back in about 3 minutes.
Okay.